for COMP4004. So this is my repository. This is the given README file, and I have provided my name and student number. I did provide the building steps to run the tests and what are the deliverables that I will be including. I'm including a documentation that includes all the use cases starting from step 1 to step 6, and then I have a report in a .html file that provides a summary of all the test cases run in Cucumber. This is an extra deliverable I'm providing just to give you an overview of my test cases, and then the source and the test code. Okay, so we're going to clone this into an empty, as you can see here. This is an empty repository, empty directory called Assignment3, and I'm going to do git clone in that directory from my own GitHub. And as you see, now the assignment3 is there, and I'm going to navigate to it in my IntelliJ. I'm using IntelliJ for this assignment, so it's best, I would recommend using that for running my project instead of Eclipse. Okay, so now I'm gonna import a project, and I'm gonna import it from directory as3, which is right here, and I'm going to select it and then wait for it to get built. Takes a bit of time. Yeah, we're just gonna overwrite the .id idea. It's one of the files needed for IntelliJ. Okay. Now the project will build shortly. Okay, so you can see right here the project has been built, and now we are going to see the number of I'm gonna run the test suite that is indicated over here, that is going to run all my tests. So I have just placed that, and before I'm going to run these tests, I'm just going to show you my deliverable for the documentation. So this is the outline of my documentation. Sorry about it being slow. So I have placed some keynotes here to indicate that use case 14 and 15 are not supported as mentioned by the professor. The cap size enforcement has been included in the code, and the version of drop that would take the student out of her courses after registration has ended is also supported. And we had to support these two to fulfill use case 10 and above, so I have to do it anyways. Okay, and yeah, so I did include the steps with the definition of the tables and each use case diagram, and then the operation variables needed is indicated in the bottom. You see in the activity diagram here, I have also placed the clerk, the course, and the student with all of the use cases needed. Okay, so you can have a close look at it, and the operation variables were derived by referring to like clerk login or course creation, course deletion, course cancellation, and so on. Okay, so step 1 till 3 is covered up above, and here step 5, which includes the valid paths, is also included. Okay, with the invalid ones too, and then this is my test case sequences for step 6. Okay, so I try to fulfill most of that for my test cases. Okay, so this is it, and here I'm just gonna show you a small report on that I have. It's called an automation report that I have done that shows me all the test cases, that covers all the test cases. So from here I have covered use case 1 till use case 7. Okay, and then here I'm covering from use case 8 till use case 13. Okay, and this is use case 0 to verify that the system is running configured. Now here we only have 2 that are failed, and this is the way how I'm showing the login for that. Okay, and the rest all has been passed. I have around 69 test cases for almost everything. Okay, so every scenario is considered a use case here. I just call them scenarios, but they are the use case itself, and it shows that almost all of them has passed except 2. Okay, so this is my report.html, and here I'm going to run the tests. So I'm gonna right click on the test suite and I'm going to run it. Okay, so that's gonna take a bit of time. But you will see that almost all the test cases will run except for two scenario outlines, which is expected based on the report HTML I have provided. So you can see here the test cases that will pass and the ones that will fail. We only have 2 that failed, but the rest have passed. You can see here that it's showing that there are 4 out of 69 that have failed, but in fact we can only see that it's only the 2 out of 2 scenarios that just failed and not 4. But because they are embedded part of one feature, they are considered a multiple of 2. So I'm just going to show it right here. So in total you can see that this scenario has failed and this scenario has failed only, which is okay, so this scenario has failed, sorry, and this one too, the one to verify the login functionality and the verify that the clerk cannot create service DME. However, the rest has been set and has been configured and passed. Okay, so yeah, this is it for you can see here, these are my step definitions with the implementation of all of the test cases needed. So yeah, that's it, and yeah, thank you, and